Hey YouTube, what is going on? Brandon here with another printer video. Today we're going to get right into it with the Canon Mg-7520. Basically, if you're having any print quality issues, or if you just have one color like mine, the black color ink that is not printing out properly, or an overall problem, this is a method that you can go ahead and use to go ahead and clean the printhead. Now, if you notice that you can't really take out the printhead on like you can on some other printers, so you're gonna kind of have to get a syringe and kind of get in there with your hand, and it's gonna be a little tricky. Or there's also that's what the syringe I'm using, but there's a kit that I'm gonna have down in the description below. There'll be a link to that kit that is going to be specifically for that type of nozzle, where you can go ahead and put a fitment on there, and then it's gonna be the same step that I'm gonna do with my syringe. So just for 1 second, I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. Now, before you do this, of course, you're going to want to have a paper towel down in there just like that, so that you can, whatever ends up coming out on the other end goes on that towel. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. You're going to need a syringe, and hopefully you go down and buy that kit. It's going to make it so much easier. But if you're just using a generic one like this is the black ink cartridge, or sorry, the print nozzle is going to be this one. So I'm going to just go ahead, stick my hand in here. This is kind of what I have to do at this point. But if you had a fitment, which I wish I did right now, but I do this so much, I just use this generic one. You could really just from out here be pushing it in, but because I don't have that fitment, I'm having to put my hand in here and kind of hold it in place, and I am unloading the whole thing in there because that's the only one that really needs to be cleaned, and it's the only one that has problems. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and do this one more time. What I am using is isopropyl alcohol, 90-91%. Now when you get the kit, it's gonna have a cleaning solution, which I recommend using that. But if you're really not able to, you can use this. You can get this at CVS, like you see I got there, or Walgreens. And then you can find a syringe like this anywhere. But for somebody that's not doing this all the time, I highly recommend getting the kit. Just because the generic one, it's going to be a little harder to use, especially on this type of printer. Because I'm really having to stick my hand in here, and it's not super easy unless you have small hands. So again, I'm putting the whole thing in there. And then you're going to want to have a cloth so you can go ahead and wipe down whatever excess cleaning solution gets dripped around. Now, if you had multiple nozzles that were having issues, for instance, if it wasn't just this black, which is giving me issues, if you had like all of these kind of choppy, you would want to go over all the nozzles. So now that that's done, I want to go ahead and take out my paper towel, which, as you can see there, the dry ink, which is what happens, the ink gets dry. Now I will also leave a link in the description below for some new ink. If you're running low on ink, go in the description below, you can buy some new ink. This project, make it contingent on getting the new ink, because that is what is causing the problem in the first place for the most part. And I'll leave that link there. And also, if for whatever reason this doesn't work for you, go ahead and I'm also going to leave a link below for this printer that you can buy used, new or used, on Amazon.com, as well as another one that uses similar ink. So there's a lot of resources I'm leaving for you in the description below. Just go ahead and take a look and click on whatever you need there, and go so that you can go ahead and take care of this project. So if you have any questions at all, go ahead and comment below. Also, make sure to like and also subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time.